to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of July 27th. I'm Nicole Lairdix, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
We're moms of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes worrying about something or other. Wednesday is complaint day here on Parenting Roundabout, and today we are complaining about what happens to all the food we bring into our homes. No kidding. I
don't understand.
I feel like I'm grocery shopping every 2 days.
Yes.
Like, what is going on?
Right.
Is it because we're home more and we're not eating out as much?
Yes.
Are we bored, so we're eating? Like, what is going on?
All of the above.
I think,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I just didn't realize before the lockdown happened that we must have been eating, at least half of our meals away from home.
Yeah.
Because now, my gosh, I just went to the store a couple days ago and I opened the fridge and there is nothing in it.
I know.
And, we go to the store, we get milk and eggs delivered every other week, we get vegetables delivered every other week, and we seem to have freezers full of stuff. But yet, when you want to eat something, where is it? What happened? So,
Wow.
I do not get it. And I guess it's partly too because just going to the store feels so fraught, it's a whole thing when you go and I feel so much pressure when I'm there to get everything and to get in and out quickly and to, follow the rules and it just, it's stressful.
Yeah.
Nicole, are you back to your husband for a while was like, I am the provider, I'm getting the food. But now that has stopped.
It most certainly dropped off real quickly. Well, part because we use Instacart a lot, I have to admit. It saves us the stress and anxiety of getting to the store and finding what we need and all that. Right. It's worth the extra few dollars in service fees. And it's a time saver. And it employs people. So I hate shopping and it gives somebody else a job. So we are good. But so no, we use Instacart a lot now, but I just find that it's just constant. It'll be different though. It'll be interesting though, because in a couple of days, my son moves out.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how much that, the disappearance of the food, if that'll be a significant change or not.
Yeah.
Because, he's obviously a young man, so eats a lot, or enough. So it'll be interesting to see what my food bill will look like in a week or so. But yeah, I'm finding that I'm going to Costco more too, getting more, items in bulk than what I ever have before. So that's another change in our grocery shopping habits. I mean, we did do Costco, but it wasn't all the time. And now I find that I'm going there more frequently and getting meals and food that do seem to be disappearing
right.
as much as the regular food. So yeah, it's definitely a chore that I have to keep up with. So
right. It just feels it just feels never ending in a way that I don't remember it being before.
Yeah.
And I think partly because, like I said, I don't just run in and pick up a couple things. Right. I feel like if you're going, you got to make it worth it. It's a whole thing.
It's become a little more stressful.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's that whole added, for a while it was, things got calm for a while after the initial pandemic kind of shut down and things calmed down and shelves started to get restocked again. But here in Southern California, with the pandemic raging on, the shelves are emptying again and things are becoming not available. So when I do shop, it's like I've got to, not only replace the food that's disappearing by the second, I feel the need to get an extra hand soap or an extra, some extra toilet paper or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's that kind of anxiety in the back of my head, like, oh my gosh, we're going to run out. And I don't want to be that person that hoards it all, but
Sure.
a little bit here and there.
So just hoard a little.
Little. It's just stressful overall.
Yeah.
How about you, Terry?
I don't know. I feel like maybe part of it is that grocery shopping has never been my responsibility anytime in the recent past. I mean, my husband and my kids always used to do the grocery shopping. And then when the pandemic started, my husband was going by himself to the senior hours of the grocery store. And then he felt like it was always crowded with people then. So he started going at later times. And so now he and my son have been doing the shopping. And it seems like, for a while, they were only going once a week, which was much less because in normal days, they would somebody would go to the store every day for something. So there was a constant influx of stuff. And then they were doing it once a week. So they were having to buy bigger orders of stuff. But I don't feel like we've had any household shortages of things. There's been trouble getting toilet paper and tissues and all that stuff. We finally got stuff from napkins and toilet paper from Staples. So that's always a good resource. Mm-hmm. But it feels pretty much the same here as far as I can tell. I don't feel like we're running out of things any faster than we used to. I do feel like the big grocery bill every week is more, but I think that's because they're going to the store less. So picking up more stuff in that first go round. But more and more, they're sneaking over to the store more and more often. So the precautions are slipping and things are getting back to normal. So I don't know if that's something that's about New Jersey or if that's something that's about our family. But really, we have been shut-ins since pre-corona times.
Right.
I work at home. My young adults both work part-time jobs, so they're home for most meals. And, so our habits haven't changed that much, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be why. But interesting to hear that y'all are having so much trouble. Now I feel better about my household. We're just fine.
It's crazy to me. I don't know.
What goes the fastest in your house, Catherine?
What goes the fastest? That's a good question. Well, popcorn.
Yeah.
There's this local company that sells popped popcorn, and you can buy a bag that's the size of a pillowcase. It's
right.
huge. And we can take one of those down in 2 days, wow. between the four of us for sure. And then we'll be forced to actually pop popcorn on our own. Oh. Yeah, that goes. Really yeah. And things like drinks, soda, which, we'll get a 12-pack of diet soda, which I never used to drink, but I've become kind of hooked on Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Thanks to my sister and my dad being into it. And whenever they used to come and visit, we would always have to buy it for them. And now.
Right.
And then suddenly I was like, I could buy my own. So yeah, that stuff tends to go fast to the point where I usually hide a few cans in the deep recesses of the basement fridge. Hopefully no one's hearing me as I say that.
No. I know. I've had to have hiding places too for the stuff that I want.
Yeah, I busted my daughter having some snack foods in her room today. She goes to the store if she wants to buy herself some snacks, and And, she used to always put them in the pantry, and now I see that she's putting them in her room. And I'm like, some people would think this was a bad sign in terms of your eating to have stashes of snacks in your room. So she sort of hung her head and put things in the pantry. So now I can steal them.
Nice.
Promised her I would not. I said, you can
That's
tell people
sneaky.
that this is your snacks for work, and that you don't want other people to have them. But, notice Mom's eagle eye will see the peanut butter crackers on the side of your desk and the Nestle's Crunch candies on your dresser. I have radar for such things. There's snacks in the house. Salty snacks, sweet snacks.
Yeah.
They're
Well, we have a 15-year-old boy, so like you gotta hide stuff if you.
Yeah.
True.
And he's like a night eater too. I mean, he stays up late and in the morning.
My son too.
Downstairs and find like just packages in the trash or like crumbs on the floor because the dogs haven't had time to get to them yet. So,
oh dear.
Yes.
I don't have that problem. We all pretty much have our particular snacks, or the kids will have their snacks and I might eat some of them. But what I do have a problem with sometimes is if there is something delicious in the house and my husband thinks he will do me a favor by eating it before I do so that I will be spared the Weight Watchers transgression. And it's like, I wanted that.
Right.
Right.
I'm a grown woman. I can have it if I want it. Don't throw yourself on the chocolate. Man.
Right. Yeah, my daughter and I talk about how like when there's certain leftovers or whatever and you're out of the house and you're like, oh, when I get home, I'm going to eat that. And then it's not there. It's so devastating.
Yeah. We dibs things sometimes to prevent that.
Yeah.
And it usually works.
Yeah. If something's marked or something, if you went to the store and bought.
Right.
If you went to a restaurant and bought food and brought it home, then that would be yours. That wouldn't be up for grabs. So,
well,
it's a struggle. Cereal disappears in our house very quickly. We cannot keep track with cereal. It's just constant. It's gone in a day.
People pick out their own cereal here, and it's pretty much. The only person who crosses boundaries is me, because I don't necessarily ask for my specific stuff. But if somebody brings Cheez-Its in the house, I'm going to eat some of those Cheez-Its. And if somebody brings goldfish into the house, some of those goldfishes will go into me. So I call it snack tax, and hold out my hand, and I get some. But, this was interesting. Venting here.
Exactly. That's why we have a complaint day on the pantry.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll go, see if I need to padlock the pantry or if the stuff is moving in a responsible manner. But not my problem because I don't have to go to the store. So that will be it for today's round 3. Tune in tomorrow when we'll talk about kids in conformity, and then on Friday to see what we've come up with for our Roundabout Roundup picks this week. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there on our Facebook page or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.